Good morning, afternoon, or evening, dear yogis. This is Echo at our Echo Yoga. And so happy to share my practice with you here in Japan. So we are in, and you can't tell, but a tiny little tatami room in Japan where I am staying near the mountains, snowboarding every day and walking in the snow and enjoying the winter of my body, the winter of the seasons, the winter of really like what has been happening for myself over the past few years. I have been in this like summer fiery energy of transformation in Mexico and Guatemala that's been so beautiful. And yet this is a deep space of introspection and coming back home to my center and grounding and slowing down. So I'm contained in this small space to share a practice with you today around this idea of, coming back into stillness and taking the time to experience the seasons in our bodies. It's beautiful to be in fire and to be in transformation, or to be in the fluidity of water into adaptability. But the earthiness of winter, when it brings us into a space of eating warmer foods and wearing more clothing and sleeping a little bit longer and really caring for ourselves, it's not a season to dislike or to push aside and say, oh, I don't like the cold, I don't want to deal with that, but something to embrace within ourselves. So what is the winter of your own being? What is your body you're experiencing asking you to winter and to weather? And so that being said, today's practice is about like slowing down, integrating, feeling the perpetual state of shifting through the different elements and the different seasons of life. And so may this practice find you when you need to find your roots and to really come back home to yourself and go into more isolation, into that hermit crab, And as a Cancerian, as a water sign of many different houses, for me, it's important when I'm in that winter state in my body to really go deep into isolation and to hold myself and to embrace and to just be like, we got each other, we got this, and winter and weather the storm together. So that being said, let's start in an easy seat. So you can sit back onto the heels, sitting up nice and tall. Let's relax the shoulders, relax the muscles in the face. Come into quietness, stillness. And this is what I love so much about the actual winter here in Japan. It's so quiet that at times I can hear the snow falling. Can even hear my own heart beating. So I encourage you to allow the breath to move in and out of the nostrils. Finding your winter rhythm. Even if you're in the middle of summer in the city, in the jungle, wherever you may be. And let's inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale to the heart. Inhale up. And exhale to the heart, thumbs into the sternum, and find a motive, find an objective, find an intention for your practice. It can be small, it can be grand, but why are you showing up? Maybe it's just curiosity, but whatever it feels true, allow it to be true and known to yourself. Choose a point. Bowing down towards the earth, hands to the ground, forehead to the earth. May we bow in reverence to our own journeys. And may we slowly begin to move the body by coming up to a seat, starting in a toe squat, my very favorite. I have a little bit of confinement here, but you don't have to. So since I'm in one of these small tatami rooms, I'm very close to the wall. So if I'm stretching with my arms up and you want to just open up nice and big, please do. I'm embracing my confinement and my containment like the little hermit crab that I am. And let's inhale, reach the arms up. Make little fists with the hands, thumbs up. Shoulders relax down the back. Close the eyes, find an inward focal point. And something I was thinking to myself yesterday as I sat in one of the natural hot onsens here in Japan and looked out over the mountains, I shut my eyes down and I thought, how many times have I been in beautiful places with my eyes closed, attempting to feel what cannot be seen? So sometimes in our practice, it feels natural to close the eyes and to just feel. And let's slowly bring the hands down to the earth. Pat the feet out. Sit back onto the heels, lift the knees, little rock. And come onto the hands. Tuck the toes under, press back and up, downward facing dog. So creating the V shape with the body. Let the head drop down, let the shoulders relax, stillness. So in our yogic practice, a lot of times we want to move very quickly from one thing to the next, very metaphorical of life. But as we practice in our winter bodies here, how does the stillness feel? Like, let the stillness be solid and strong and resilient. Winter gives us that time to really know who we are, to really love, to solidify our purpose. So as you're in this downward facing dog, like really press the heels into the earth, palms into the ground, nice strong core. We're not just hanging out here, but we are anchoring ourselves in our truth. Deep breaths in and out of the nostrils. Slowly bend the knees, bring them down to hover. Like you're in tabletop with the knees hovering. Engage the core, press down through the palms, pull the belly in, and let the body tremble. Lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Sigh out. Make some noise. We hold so much in. Your body wants to make noise. If your body was to talk on the exhale, what would it sound like? You can shake the head if you need. I know personally for myself, I'm going through some deep transformations right now that are grounding me more deeply in my center than I ever have been. But there are moments of internal overwhelm and emotion. Sometimes I just need to shout it out, shake the body. Slowly walk the feet towards the hands. Take your time. Feet hip-width distance apart. Take opposite elbows. Let the head hang. Feet firmly in the ground. And something so beautiful about the standing forward fold is the more grounded you are in your feet, the more that you press into the earth, the longer the legs become, the longer the entire back body comes. This is where we hold a lot of the fear. So as we just kind of fall into ourselves with intention, the body just slowly begins to drain the fear out. Any resistance. So just letting the body do what it needs to do. Shedding that winter skin. Hands to the earth, press into the feet. Inhale, slowly roll up like you're waking up after a long hibernation. Hands traveling up the front of your thighs, the sides of the rib cage, the back of the neck, all the way up. You can yawn. Hands to the heart. So inhale, reach up. And exhale, bow down, hands to the earth. Step back to a plank position, top of a push-up. Ground down through the palms, pull the belly in, slight rounding of the upper back. Focus forward and down. Nice and strong. Isometric practices where we just hold. There's no dynamic movement, but the body is alive and on. Bring the knees down, chest down, hips up nice and high. Inhale, slide forward onto the belly. And use the palms to pull the chest forward, releasing the lower back. Lift the legs, lift the palms. Really press the chest forward still. We're engaging those lower erector spinae muscles. Hands to the earth. Press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up behind you. Straight at first, let the head drop in, palms press in, left heel down. Bend the right knee, stack the right hip open over the left. And draw some circles with the right knee. Opening into the right hip flexors. Draw in the other direction. And slowly bring the right foot forward. Reach the arms up, high lunge. Sink into the right knee. Slight bend in the back knee as well, just to make this even stronger. Can straighten the left leg just a bit, but keep a micro bend in the knee so that we're having to engage the muscles a bit more. Sink into the right knee, shoulders down the back. Hands to the earth. Straighten the right leg and pull the left foot in just a bit. Set the left heel down, peel the chest up, and fold over the right shin. Keep the hips square towards the front of the room. Get any sighs out that are necessary. Let the body release any added tension or holding. Now this one is a bit odd. It can be a little challenging. We're going to lift the left knee behind us, reach back for the left foot with the right hand. Come onto the left fingertips. Maybe that's a lot for you already. Maybe you can place a shirt or a strap around the left foot. Or maybe you want to fold in. Bending the left elbow, folding the forehead towards the right shin. Left knee up. So can you stay grounded when things get a little bit challenging, when that winter storm shows up? Set the left foot down, forward fold. Bring the hands to the lower back, make a fist, press the fist up behind you. Let the chest drop in, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach the arms up, side back bend. And exhale, hands to heart. Hands alongside the body. Let's take a moment to just ground. Feet on the earth, like the roots of a tree. Slight bend in the knees so that we're able to be adaptable with any micro movements that want to happen. Shut the eyes down. That internal peace. Listen for the sound of your heart or your own snowfall, what's near and far. Let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back to plank position. Nice pause here, pull the belly in, press down through the palms, nice and strong and still and stable. Reach up and back, downward facing dog. Still and stable here, palms press in, heels press in, let the head hang. So notice what comes up with you when you're that still and stable, when there is silence and no guidance. Can you rest in the slowness of winter? Some of us want to run to the summer, get on a plane, jump on a plane, go to the beach, distract ourselves, but our winter really gives us the opportunity to feel our sadness, our grief, our melancholy, and our joy as well. Some of us maybe feel, finally I can slow down. But you can give yourself that winter feeling any day, no matter where you are. So inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, bend the left knee, stack the left hip open. Draw some circles. Draw circles the other direction. And bring the left foot forward. High lunge. Sink into the left knee. Reach the arms up. Bend the right knee just a bit as well, and then straighten it just a bit. So we have strength throughout the entire trunk of the body, growing strong roots. Exhale, hands to the earth. Bring the right foot up just a bit, straighten the left leg, and sink over the left shin. That pyramid pose. Both hips are square towards the front of the room. You can always modify as you need. If you need to stay on the fingertips more upright, you can. And just make sure that you're bringing your back or your spine as straight as you possibly can. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, slide forward, bend the right knee. Place the right or the left hand at the right foot. Press into the left hand, open the chest, and maybe sink into the left shin. If you need to come onto the right fingertips, you can. If you fall out of it, come back in. I've got this wall next to me today, so this is nice. And bring the feet back together. Forward fold, take the feet hip-width distance apart. Take opposite elbows, ragdoll again. Sounds that want to escape. So we're spending a lot of time upside down today. We are lengthening the back line, getting into that place where we hold fear, the tightness in the back of the hamstrings and the glutes. And really spending time like folding in on ourselves, coming into trust with ourselves as well. Hands to the earth, come up onto the tiptoes, sink down onto the glutes. And we're going to come into boat pose. So bend the knees, plant the feet, lift the legs, arms alongside, keep the chest open, really engage the core. Maybe lower down just a little bit until you feel that tremble. Let the tremble in. And slowly sit up, feet to the earth, hands on the shins, sit up nice and tall, hugging the knees in, but some space so that your chest can come through. Close the eyes. Nice and long through the spine, deep breath. And sitting up nice and tall, but cross-legged seat, spine long, hands resting on the knees, palms facing up or down, whatever feels good for you. Easy breath in and out of the nostrils. And really being in the winter body, can we close the eyes down and come into silence and stillness with ourselves? What does it feel like to be with ourselves? we not feel good being alone? Do we feel like we are in constant need of company? Do we like what we do in life? Do we like how we show up in our relationships? This is the time to really sit with how comfortable we are with our own self. Let's take 5 rounds of breath in and out of the nostrils here in silence with ourselves and just observing what comes up. Bring hands to heart center, bowing head to heart. May we be gentle with ourselves. May we shed the summer skin to step into the coolness, the stillness, the darkness at times of the winter, and sit with ourselves to know ourselves even more deeply, to come into self-love, self-understanding, and feeling. What do we need to feel? May we each find grace on our path to more wholeness. Forehead, hands to the forehead, bowing, we say Namaste.